I feel like I know Andrew Tate better than my family at this point. Every other TikTok and YouTube short, it's about him, and sometimes I even get a feeling he's gonna jump out of my fridge when I go grab something to eat. And unless you're a geek, you're probably in the same situation as I am. What I'm trying to say is that he's fucking everywhere, and that's because he's a fucking genius. Look, Andrew and I, we're almost best friends, so I know what I'm talking about. He even put me on his IG story a few weeks ago. He did forget to tag me, but I mean, we all forget stuff, don't we? Maybe because I look 8 feet tall here and my head is shaped like I've landed on the wrong fucking planet. But who knows? I mean, the top G could have used something better than a calculator to take pictures with.
What's the point of this video?
Well, it's not dick riding, because that can go horribly wrong. Since many people can't stand this guy, especially because of the things he says, I'm not here to make you love him, I just want you to see the bigger picture. One thing you need to understand is that being controversial sells, and please name a more controversial individual than Tate. You simply can't. Maybe Jake Paul, but I mean, who even gives a fuck about him anymore? When I first saw some of his clips, I remember I really wasn't a fan of him. He says a lot of sexist stuff, which I don't necessarily agree with. For example, that a guy can have 10 bitches and his girl should just stay at home and don't care about that. But that's just my personal preference. But as I've said, when you see the bigger picture of what Tate is actually doing, you just stop caring about all this sexy stuff. You realize he's just being very fucking smart. If you listen closely to what he says, you notice that he's walking on the very edge between being very, and I mean very fucking controversial, but still acceptable, and being just a fucking moron that literally nobody would like, which would result in his internet presence pretty much becoming non-existent. I'm not saying he would get cancelled, because I mean, you can't really cancel someone who doesn't care and has loads of money, but he literally never crosses that line, and all he does is he just gets a lot of people to talk about him. Okay, so unless you're an angry feminist who has just left a dislike on this video and possibly reported it, you've now stopped caring about the things he says. In my opinion, Tate is actually someone you should very much take advice from, so here's why he's gained a lot of my respect. I really like what he says about motivation and discipline. You're motivated to do something a very small percentage of your time, so discipline is the one that will get you all the results and take you to the next level, and I'm trying to implement that to my everyday life. For example, videos that I make, I really enjoy the whole process of coming up with a story, writing a script, editing the audio, animating, and then reading your comments when I upload it. I enjoy all of that on paper. In reality, if I said I'm motivated to do everything all the time, I would be a fucking liar. I'm pretty sure there's no person that would enjoy animating for 8 hours a day in a room that has 30 degrees Celsius, which is what, 86 Fahrenheit? I mean, that's 10 more degrees than the usual room temperature, which is 20. So all the things he says about being disciplined and working hard and being committed to something, and also some stuff he says about men and women, is whether you like it or not, straight up facts, and some people just don't want to accept that. Although one thing that really bothers me is all of that Hustlers University shit he has going for him. I'm not saying he's scamming people, because that's not what he's doing. Of course, there is a chance you can make money with it, but I highly doubt Hustlers University is something that will drastically change your financial life. Money never comes easy, and when it does, it leaves even easier. Keep that in mind. I know I'm not Kiyosaki, but you can trust me on this one. Apparently, the methods of wealth creation you're taught are like the most basic shit ever that you can literally find for free on YouTube, but that just shows how much of a genius Tate really is. He has incredible charisma. From what I've seen, he's apparently making around $500,000 every single month just from the subscription alone. And if you're wondering why Tate is literally on every other TikTok and why you can't escape him on social media, it's because there's a course you can take on affiliate marketing. This means you create content about him, and if you refer someone to Hustlers University, you get a small amount of money. And if you think what I'm saying isn't true, please click on every account that's posting content of him and you'll find a link to the famous Hate You in their bio. Oh, and don't say,
"Oh, I joined Hustlers University to establish connections with other like-minded people. I'm just networking."
The only people you're gonna meet there are brokies like yourself, so please, shut the fuck up. Essentially, what Tate has managed to do is he has people paying him to promote him. And I don't know what you call that, but I call that genius. Where am I? So hopefully I was able to show you the bigger picture of who this guy is, so everything he says, take it with a grain of salt. And if you're defending him getting banned on social media because apparently he's a bad role model for young boys, please let me know why in the comments. Shouldn't the Kardashians be banned if we care so much about role models all of a sudden? Anyway, thanks for watching, smoke a cigar, beat up women, and I hope you become the top G. I'm kidding, don't do that, cigars aren't good for you.